Hello and welcome back to Never Had a Boyfriend with me, Katie Green. Today I'm joined by my very good friend, Elouise Eftos. I loved this conversation and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. As always, I'd love to know your thoughts. Comment on the video. I'd love to know if you have similar struggles. And if you did enjoy listening, if you've enjoyed the podcast, please leave a 5-star review, subscribe wherever you're listening to. And if you really, really love the podcast and want to support more, I do have a Patreon, and that's an amazing way to help the podcast and help it continue and grow. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoy.
Never had a boyfriend with Katie Green.
Welcome to my podcast. Never Had a Boyfriend.
And this is me going, I can't believe this.
Wow.
At the same time, I'm going, babe, I've only had 2, and I don't know if I would even count one of them.
I feel like we always talk about this idea of deciding we're going to go for more personality kind of. And when you like someone for their personality, because I think when you talk about getting older and dating while you're older.
Yeah.
Because I think when I was younger, I was so picky. I was
fair.
like, but also I was like, because I didn't really care. Because I also didn't really know. I'm like,
Totally.
Oh, I can be picky because I'm not going to talk to him.
Exactly.
I remember I used to date this guy and he played for the Lakers.
Wow.
So cool.
Way cooler than like me dating a guy that like played for St. Kilda.
No, that is so cool.
No, it's not. The Lakers is cooler. Babe, people watch that international.
Well, yeah, but he was on the bench, so
Babe,
they don't watch.
It was my ex. Anyway, yes.
They don't watch the bench internationally. Okay, they watch the people who play.
Babe, screaming.
But we were talking. This was like during Narcos. You know what I mean? That was so big. And he's like, "Oh, I don't like that show." I'm like, "How?" And he's
That's
like,
"Weird."
And he was like, "I hate to read." And I was like,
Whoa.
And I was like, "Oh, you don't like subtitles?" And I'm like,
"Babe."
I'm like, "Oh."
That's so stressful.
But I'm like, if someone did that now, I'd be like, what the fuck? But for him, I was like, yeah, let's stay for a few more months.
Well, you like this? More fair.
Yeah, that's totally because
That's
fine. Why would you have to read if you play for the Lakers?
Yeah, you don't have to read. Like, what do you have to read? The scoreboard?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe like a number on a back. Get on number 42 or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
you're totally fine.
Really,
you don't need to read at the
you don't
gym.
need to read.
Yeah. Honestly, I'll read it out for you.
Yeah, I'll read for you. And I'll say it in Spanish as well.
Yeah.
Babe, that's so funny. Whereas like I feel like my first boyfriend was like too smart that he was like emotionally unintelligent.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I feel like I've only had 2 people that like I guess I called a boyfriend. But then there's also all these other relationships and like weird interactions that you have as well.
Okay, and this is what makes it very confusing because I have so many of those.
Yes.
I've got stories.
Babe,
I've got stories,
babe, the same.
I've got
But then it's like a difference between that and like, are you my boyfriend?
Right. So I've never had an official boyfriend.
Yeah.
I was in a situationship for around 4 years.
And that makes me sick, babe. I was in a situationship after this very first boyfriend. Before that,
it's brutal.
It's sick.
It's disgusting.
But it will make you stronger. It'll make you go, I don't want that again.
But it's not like that thing. It's like feels like a relationship, but like it's not. Like it's not.
And it's one of those things where I feel like I've been working on this like as materials, like casual sex is a scam for women.
Yeah, I think it's true.
Because I also don't think that like back in the day, this situationship scenario, I don't even know if it really happened because I feel like if you were dating someone, you'd be like, I'm dating this person.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't be on the apps hoping that someone else would rock up.
Yeah.
Now it's like too many options and everyone's like, oh, we're just like seeing how it goes.
Yeah.
Because they can keep you on a string, eat their cake, have it too.
Exactly. I read this book about the privatization of dating and how
Babe, say more.
How before
Sorry, say more in your podcast.
How now, like before you were accountable. So I'd be like, hey, I'm dating this guy.
Yes.
And you know, oh, that's my cousin's friend, or that's
because you would only be able to date people that you knew in your vicinity, babe.
Exactly. And whereas now, like I could be having a whole relationship in my pocket, and you have no idea.
No idea.
All the people closest to me don't have no idea. And I think that's what is scary about modern dating is that you have so many options.
There's too many options, and I think people like almost relish in that, but then it's kind of a bit like, I mean, I get it. Like, I don't want to settle for bullshit, and I don't think anyone should. But at the same time, it's a bit like, is there ever true connection now with people, like with men and women, because we're all hoping for like the next best thing?
Yeah, I think this is really hard to find someone.
But then I also feel like as well, I'm really open to. I try to be open to that, and then we've spoken about this so much because I feel like we can relate. If you're not hot, sorry if you can't relate, but people have this idea of us So then I
Yeah.
feel like they have this idea that we're like these mean, evil girls because of like, especially even me doing my persona on stage. I think they think I'm like this, I don't know, the popular girl in high school, which I wasn't. I was bullied in high school.
I was
wasn't
bullied in
cool.
high school too. I
Babe.
was.
And I know, babe, I know because we didn't peak in high school and look at us now.
Yeah, look
Look
whoa,
at us.
look at
Whoa.
us now. Look at us now.
And look at us now.
Look at us now. I reckon I did peak a few years ago.
No,
but,
I'm going to pinch you for saying that.
But
No, don't you dare say that. No.
But I do think this people. What were you bullied for? Because I was bullied
I
for.
think I was bullied for being like, I was pretty out there kid, and then it was almost
Oh my
like
God,
you're
we would've been
too-
best friends.
Babe, of course we would have.
Oh my
was like
God.
a singer, and I would be in choir, and they'd be like, I like studied singing in like a choir when I was like 8, and then when I went to my high school, it was like middle school. I had been in primary school with like the same kids to like, you know, year 7. You guys would say like 7th grade.
Yeah.
And then I went to like a middle school, and it was all girls high school, whereas I'd been like in co-ed, and I was bullied, I think, when I was in primary school too. But then all of a sudden it was kids you don't know, and I was almost like, it's so Australian as well, like for singing too loud and well. It was almost like, you must think you're pretty good. And like, even I guess I wasn't hot. I had braces, like I wore glasses, like I was never.
Oh my God,
do you know what I mean?
I had braces 3 times.
Babe, see, we would have been, and that's the thing. It's like, I also think that being out there and almost like, it's like, that's the saddest part about becoming an adult is like other people's judgments, and like they try to squash how you really express yourself, because that's what society, I guess, teaches, especially little girls.
Yeah.
That they can't express themselves and like be ladylike or be this or be that, or you're not cool if you sing loudly, or if you like music that's not like this or like that. I don't know. It's just very. I think I started to just own who I was though, and over time, then like I ended up being arts captain in year 12. So that obviously I was.
Wow.
So then that was like a bit of a turnaround, but
Okay.
at the
And
same
this is like
time-
senior year or something?
Senior year, but
Okay.
at the same time, babe, I think that also was because my braces came off. I started to get a bit of a womanly figure. People saw my photos on Bebo, MySpace.
Okay.
And it was a bit like, oh, like,
You'd be like,
you've actually
oh.
got like, wow, you've got nice, like, all of a sudden my, I guess like,
You grew into yourself.
yeah. And then my body, and then all of a sudden it was like, I became a commodity because I was becoming attractive, which is also, I think, what kind of inspired my show, is like this whole idea of like, as women, we're told to, like, obviously want to, like, we're valued because of how we look. But then if you value that, if you use that to your advantage, you're like made out to be like some sort of like bitch. And it's like, how dare you? It's like, but that is what we're valued on.
Yeah.
We're valued on our physical appearance. So then all of a sudden, when you own that, which I don't think I really did until later on when I moved to Sydney.
Yeah,
I grew up in Perth, which is so village mentality. And also being a Greek Macedonian girl, I think it's quite similar, like obviously different but similar in the sense of like ethnic upbringing, babe. I think we're also, you know, my dad would say things like, guys don't like it when you're like too loud, like you have to be mysterious and like shit like that.
Yeah, because I was weird. I was so
I
weird.
was weird
I was
too.
so weird.
I was
And
like a drama nerd. Do you know what I mean?
I was just like quirky. I was totally like always do my own thing. And I don't think I realized that it was weird until like people started saying.
Isn't it so funny?
People started saying it, and
Makes
then
me
like,
scared to have kids, babe, these stories
oh
like this.
my
because
God,
I go,
yeah.
I would never want my kid to feel this way because of them being themselves. It
Yeah,
makes me so sad.
Exactly. And I remember like one guy was like, "Oh yeah, you're cute, but you're so weird," and I was be like, "What?" That's like.
That's so
what do you
rude.
like? And things like that, and then
Babe, I'd be the same because I'd be like learning accents and like showing them off, and everyone would be like, you know what I mean? Like it would
Yeah.
almost be. I remember these guys like almost like like at a school dance, like dancing with this guy, and the other boys were laughing at him for dancing with me, and I think he was almost doing it as like a joke. It's like I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like horrible.
It
But
was
the
so.
same-
It was so, and also I think that like that even though I could feel, because like I never felt I was never I've never been confident. It's never been my I don't. I think I'm okay with not being confident because. That's just, I'm not that person.
Totally.
And I think that people's perception, people are like, oh, you, because you can take a nice picture or you can pose a certain way. You live in LA for 5 years. You will
Babe, you
pose.
have to fucking learn how to do that,
You
babe.
will
Otherwise, you'll
learn.
get kicked out of the city. I think as women, you have to learn, not just if you're in LA, but you have to learn. As straight women, I think it's really funny because people are a bit like, fuck what men think. It's almost like this idea of like feminism is like, fuck what men think. But as straight women, we do want to care what men think a little bit because we want to attract the opposite sex. Therefore, it's kind of like this we're in this like weird sort of conflict where it's like I want to do what I want to wear what I want to wear and be like girly and cute and fun, but it's also like I don't know. I loved boy thing. I loved playing soccer. I loved like bands and stuff that I guess you wouldn't think that like girls would like.
Yeah.
And I think people think that you're doing it for male attention. It's like, no, I like it, but at the same time, if I know how to pose and I want to wear makeup for me, but I hope that men like that. Is that so bad? Like, I also think that I don't know. It's like
totally
you can't win,
agree.
babe. You can't
win. You can be everything. You can. It's all encompassing. And I think that people just want to box you in and put you into this idea of like, okay, you can just do that, or you're a girly girl. You whatever. You can't. You can't
babe,
like
you can't
these
like
things.
that music. You can't do that. You want to like Star Wars? Too bad. You can't. Yeah. You're that kind of girl.
When I tell people I've watched so much Star Wars and like
babe, and you're going, and I actually like it.
It disgusting. Like it's an insane amount, and people are like. You?
Babe, what about when I was like, I'm the biggest Sopranos fan, and I'll never forget, like, I think people thought that it was like me being a pick-me. I was like, I rewatched the series twice. Like, I know like all the lore. Like, I'm obsessed with this series. I was like, you think I'm doing this for a man?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, please, that's a lot
No,
of
I'll do other
work.
things for a man.
Babe, I'll do some other, I can do some other shit. And like, you're welcome.
No.
But isn't it so funny? It's like this whole idea of, I don't know, like, I think that people have this idea of us and yet my favorite thing, and I think that you're like this too, is like my favorite thing is to prove people wrong and like
yes
and twist their expectations and
but
be like,
I find it to be so difficult. I find it because I feel like this is why I feel like I really struggle with dating apps, because I think that people will see a picture of me and I love to post a nice picture. I love to do a little pout.
And you're allowed, babe.
And then I think that when I hang out and then I'm like, oh, I've watched 70 hours.
Billy.
Yeah, I'm a silly Billy. I do comedy. I'm whatever. I'm
babe, because it's almost like, no, that's not what I want you to be.
Yeah, no.
And it's so funny because it's like I unfortunately think that these days the problem with modern dating is the fact that women are so multifaceted and do have so much to offer that unfortunately it's not what it used to be. We can open our own bank accounts now. So if you're not coming to the table being just as multifaceted and emotionally intelligent, then what do you have to offer us? Yeah. Because I can like all this shit. I probably know more about The Sopranos. You probably know more about Star Wars than them. But yet that's like intimidating for them. And it's like, sorry, then I hope that makes sense. Like this whole idea of like, what are you bringing to the table? Because I'm bringing all of this. Yeah. And yet like you're going to have this idea of me or talk down to me because your idea of women, unfortunately living in the patriarchy, their idea of what women are and what they should be. Right. We're probably like challenging that.
And I also think a lot of guys, they don't want someone who's multifaceted. They don't want someone who really goes for what they want.
I want to believe that there is men out there for us that do, but I am yet to fucking find one. I think I was really close with my second ever boyfriend who barely, like, babe, 10 months. And for some of that, he was alcoholic, coke addict. It was a bit like, I've never even tried coke. I'm such a loser. I'm like so scared.
I've never either. I don't do drugs. Babe, oh my God. Oh my God.
Twins, best friends. But I literally am like, I will never forget, like, and I'm not a big drinker either. I can't handle my liquor. I can't handle my
you're
liquor.
such a serious, like, you're so serious about your job. Like, you're so serious.
I try to, like, be silly and fun about it, but I also feel like migraine girl, I have to be serious. Otherwise, babe,
every time I see you out, you're, you're so fun, bubbly, but also you're so work-oriented. And I think that, like, this is where like people's perception of like you whatever, like it's totally. Like no, you're a hardworking girl,
babe, and so are you. I feel like it, and I just find it really hard, and I feel like that's why we've become so close so quickly, as we really relate to each other in the sense of like what people's perception of us, especially in the comedy world and like doing comedy and like even from other comedians, and that's sort of what inspired my show. So I also, with the success of it, I can't be upset because I'm like, well, fuck, like, look what I've made out of this. And I'm making a point, and I will never forget. Kate's going to make me cry. Katie coming to my show and we're like crying.
I know. It's going to make me cry. Oh my God, I'm going to cry.
But I just was like, I made that show for you.
But I remember watching it. I'm literally crying. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Oh no, I cry like Kim K. Stop it.
Sorry.
I remember watching your show and being like, wait, I can feel empowered. It's like, babe, it was like this silly, like it's like such a dumb thing, except because we've been told
this is the way you're supposed to do this thing.
But also we've also been told like you have to be empowered. You have to be a strong woman. Yeah. But you
Not like that.
But not like that. Like you can't,
Babe.
you can't
Don't wear what you
say-
want to wear. Don't say what you want to say. Like, stick to the rules. Because for me, obviously, I use the world of comedy as the basis around, like, as an example. But it's like, it's basically a thing for the whole world. It's
Yeah.
like unfortunately, we do live in a society that boxes women into being like a certain thing. And even other women do it. And we've experienced that ourselves. And I think like it's such a unfortunate thing that like, because I feel like, I don't know, the more we talk about like dating and like, I feel like I've never, like you're saying I've never had a boyfriend. I'm like, I don't think I've ever felt love or what, like been in love. Like I think I've said love you to my first boyfriend, not my second, which I felt like barely was even that. It was
So
almost
you
like
feel
maybe
like
like,
you've
are
never
you
been in love or
experienced it?
or
Yeah.
experienced?
I just don't think that I know. You know when people talk about it, you see people and you're like, they're in love.
Yeah.
I've never felt that feeling. I don't know if you've ever felt that with the guys you've dated.
I felt in love, but I've never felt loved.
Yeah.
I've never felt it reciprocated, but I think it's also because I'm really scared.
Okay,
I'm
and
really
fair. I think I'm
scared
the
to be like
same.
loved, to be like,
Yeah.
to have
To
somebody.
actually let the vulnerable well, I feel like for me, that's maybe why I've never felt it either, because I think that is maybe possibly part of it. It's like something to explore. Like, you have to let your guard down and be like, oh, like, I'm going to let myself feel these feelings or let someone. But at the same time, I'm like, babe, I'm like, show me someone worth it.
Yeah.
Because even when I feel like maybe I could, I think with my second boyfriend, I was like, maybe I could, but I was like, something's stopping me. Then I found out he was an alcoholic and a coke addict. And it's like,
Yeah.
there you go. That's probably what was stopping me. Maybe I knew deep down. Maybe I had this sixth sense of like, this isn't right for me. But isn't it sad, like even from life experience of like, we've been speaking about this a bit, opening up to like dating people that do the same job as us, because I've always been so disciplined about it.
Yeah.
Until I got into my 30s and I was like, maybe I should like, you know, let my guard down a bit, because everyone's like, where are you going to meet people? The dating
I
apps
think
are
this
just
is it.
babe.
The pressure of dating in your because like I think when I was in my 20s, I was like, have fun,
Babe,
do
totally.
you? And I also like think this idea of like,
also me the opposite, being like you know, I'm how I am with work.
yeah.
I think it's like, you know, my Greek upbringing, be like, don't shit where you eat and like do the right thing.
Exactly.
Like, be a good girl.
Don't. But also, it's like, it's not that I never found comedians attractive. It's just like the lifestyle is disgusting.
Babe, it's also I think my internalized misogyny of like they'll value you less. So
Oh, for sure.
And
Oh
that-
my God.
yeah.
My first open mic, like a really old comic came up to me and he's
Yeah.
like, never hook up with a comedian.
yeah, because it's like, unfortunately, you'd think things have changed. I was like, I know now that like, I wish that it had changed, but I don't. Why does it feel like my experiences with, I haven't dated any, but like, I guess, you know, let some touch me, SOS. So, like, that is killing me. But even my experience with that is like, I feel like they either treat me like a trophy or they treat me like shit, because they're either intimidated by the fact that
Yeah.
we're, I don't know, women that are funny.
But also like women,
Firstly-
like there's a very small percentage of people who are actually making money in this career, you
Babe,
know? And I think that to be a woman in the field who is like successful, it's like, there's a very small percentage
Right.
of people. So
Yeah.
I think it is intimidating, but I also think that, I think that also, I think you must have had this so much when you're gigging, like people are like, oh, she only got that because
Babe, of course
because
they'll
she's
think this.
attractive. Oh, she's only got that because of X, Y, and Z. She never like, and I think
Yeah.
that really turned me off from dating
Well, that's why I
comedians.
was always
or-
like, I don't want anyone to think that I'm not here because I'm really good at what I do.
Yeah.
And that's why I hustled so hard in Australia to be like, I'm here because I'm the best.
Yeah.
And no other reason. And then I feel like, yeah, it's really funny. It's like, I feel like I say this line in my show. It's like, I didn't do this to get laid. I can get laid whenever I want, which is so funny because I think people think that like, I'm sure they think this about you too, that they think that we're like hooking up with a different guy every night. It's so funny. I'm like, babe, everyone's fucking scared of us. Everyone's scared of us. And they fucking, firstly, they should be. But secondly, it's like, I would be open to if people were like hitting on me and stuff, but I think that like,
I don't get hit on at all.
no, people are fucking scared. Or if they hit on us, it's like a comedian that almost like doesn't think that you're, babe, as soon as they see that you're better, that you're sort of like thriving maybe more than them, they'll do anything they can to bring you down.
I think when I first get to a scene, like, cause I went to LA and I'm
Yeah,
here.
totally.
I think then people are like, oh, she's new, da 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 da. But I think the second you start working
Babe.
harder than them,
Babe, harder than them and being better than them, then that's like that.
then
babe,
they're
the
like,
tables
oh,
turn.
you're not an option. You're not a
Babe,
prospect.
it's not even like it's like, yeah, not an option or a prospect. It's funny with like a work thing. I also know that like most people meet people at work.
Yeah.
That is what
That's the
happens.
reality.
No matter what you do, any industry. And so I'm trying to be like, not have shame about that and be like, it's okay to meet people at work and
Yeah.
have a flirtation and have a crush. Like that's normal. But I think I still shame spiral about it.
Yeah.
But
But also because like our work is like we are inspired by things that happen in our life. So
Yes.
if I'm seeing, I think, you know, the worst is when you see comedy couples, like they're clearly going through an argument because they're both doing the same
Babe.
jokes about it.
That's a bit cringe.
It
I'm
is
like,
cringe. And
okay.
you don't want that. And you don't like,
No.
I think it's really hard to find someone you feel safe with
Totally.
in comedy.
I feel like it's hard to feel safe with any man. I don't think men know how to make women actually feel safe and trust them. I was like, this is why I
Yes.
think going back to the whole casual sex is a scam. I know that physically I can benefit from casual sex because I can come from penetration. So I'm like sick.
Yeah. I
Quick,
cannot.
easy.
I
Babe,
am
the worst.
I don't even like if I'm like with a guy and he's too confident,
yeah,
I-
it turns you off.
I'm like, ugh.
You're like this. You need to tone that
I'm like,
down.
you know, you're not gonna make me come. You know what? I don't
This is
even want you
actually,
to.
I don't actually want you to.
Yeah, I
Fair,
will. I'm
babe.
like, no.
I'm also
over it.
like, I feel like my thing is like, I'm gonna come regardless. So like, don't think it's you. You
Yes.
could be a dildo.
I
But like, my point is like, I also am like, the reason why I don't like casual sex is because it's the way they treat you after.
it's the way they treat you after.
If it was aftercare and nice and trustworthy and like,
Yes.
and they respect you, babe.
but also
If they respected you, different fucking story.
yes. But also, I do think it's very difficult because this idea of like, okay, in our 30s, let's do what we want. Let's have
Babe,
fun.
let's be empowered.
Let's be empowered. But then it doesn't feel empowering.
Right, it doesn't feel empowering when a guy is like, you can fuck off now. Like, it's kind of like, also, I feel like this way about because of the persona that I play on stage, because it's not self-deprecating, because I make fun of, you know, male comedians in the industry, which also I'm friends with so many of them that I'm like, if you don't know that I'm joking and
Yeah.
you don't know that I actually like love so many of you, then like that's on you. But I also think that like men have this idea of me, you,
Yeah.
whatever. It's almost like that you're like a conquest or like a trophy, or they want to make you feel like shit because they're so insecure and in on themselves, which I think that's most men,
Yeah.
especially comedians more than ever. But it's like I feel like torn because I'm kind of like, I want to be empowered and I want to be open and be like, yeah, having sex. Because I also feel like I was always so scared, babe, to be empowered and like hook up with people because I was always like a little bit good Greek girl about it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, could never do that. Could
Babe,
never.
I was always so worried about like doing the wrong thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And then now that I'm empowered and I feel like I can, it's like, oh, but it comes with this like caveat of like, well, is this guy going to actually like cuddle you after?
Respect me.
Or respect me after? Because like, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
And I have had experiences where guys have, and it's like nice, but it's like this fleeting thing. And I'm kind of like, oh, well, I guess you can't do that with someone in the industry because when they turn around and treat you like shit, like, babe, and then the amount of guys that go, we can be friends.
No,
Babe,
no.
friends.
I have a lot of friends.
I have so many friends.
Don't need more friends.
Babe, after I hook up with a guy, he turns into like, you know, that Black Mirror episode, White Christmas, and they all go fuzzy, like they block them. That's what happens when I hook up with a guy. And he's like, and he wrongs me or whatever.
Right.
Or when I find out he has like a girlfriend.
Oh.
You know when they have a girlfriend, they still want to
Oh
talk
my
to you and be your friend,
God.
and you're like, you're fuzzy to me, like you don't exist to me.
Yeah, I've had that, like, or like, cause like, you know, when you're going, cause I feel like I only ever hook up on holiday.
Yeah,
I feel
babe,
like
I've definitely felt that way
That's
too.
the only time I'm ever like, you know what?
Can actually be free.
I can have fun.
Yeah, babe.
Cause I'm like, but then I'm like, after I'm like, that sucked. I hate
Right.
like,
it's a bit that energy
you know,
too.
but I think.
Or like, unfortunately, depending on like the ethnicity of the guy, which sounds really bad, but like, babe, some Greek guy that I hooked up with, and it's almost like this arrogance comes out all of a sudden when you're like,
yeah.
after a few hookups, you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
They turn on you a bit. It's
Yeah.
sick. You have to like be careful. It's like, what do you think this is?
Yeah. I have this constant struggle because I
Yeah.
do. Sometimes I really don't like men, but then I want them.
But
It's
we're
the same
also
thing you said.
attracted to them. It's like this frustrating thing.
So
of,
I
like,
want them to like me, but I also like don't like them. I don't want to like
but
them.
at the same time, it's kind of like, I want to believe that there are good men out there, but I'm like, and you know, the amount of times when people will be like, there are good men out there. It's always someone in a relationship. And you're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I would love to see, like, I feel like, and I want to explore this in my next show, is this whole idea of like, am I being punished because I'm an empowered woman on stage?
Well, I think this is sometimes I'll go on stage and I'm like, of course this isn't attractive.
Babe, I watched my show, like the one that I filmed in Melbourne, and I literally was watching it, and I hate this because it is the internalized misogyny, it's the patriarchy and everything, but I watched it and I was like, no wonder I'm single. Like, why would a guy want to be with me?
But I think that every single time I watch my tapes, every single time I like.
But isn't it so funny because then when I'm on stage, I'm like, this is the most empowered. It feels so good.
This is the most me I have ever felt.
Yeah, I feel so empowered. I feel so lucky to do this. I'm saying something, people are resonating with it. We're making people laugh.
Exactly. And also like it is that thing of like what you do for other people is so important.
Babe.
But then what does that mean for me and for my life, for like longevity? And like, cause sometimes
also,
I'm literally
you don't quieten yourself just because of what, a man? Like,
exactly. And also like a man that is not there right now.
Babe.
Like for a maybe man.
Babe, isn't
like,
it sick?
It's that idea of like, well, if I stopped this and if I did a normal job, like would I have been in a relationship?
And babe, there's also a part of me that's like, isn't that so sad? Because I also think as well, we've grown up at a time, like we're both 90s babies. We grew up at a time where it's like this value, and I think unfortunately it's still there. Being married and having kids was such an important thing. It probably still is for a lot of people our age. And I also like to think like, I don't know if I want kids. I don't know, because I'm also like, for me, it's about finding the right partner. And
exactly.
stuff.
That's exactly me. I'm like,
why
I
would
can't.
I want kids if someone with a drongo loser guy, like, or like what? There's no one here. Like it's kind of, and even then, it's like I really want to believe for both of us that like we get to truly be ourselves and do this job and be empowered. But at the same time, it's like someone has to meet us on our level.
100%.
But at the same time, it's kind of like, then I go like, God, isn't it so, it's like this fucking contradiction, because I'm kind of like, and then why do I feel so humiliated when I want to like, I'm like, you know what? I will message this guy to hook up with him. And then when he replies in this like weird sort of like way, you're like, oh my God, I'm so humiliated. Like, why did I ask for what I wanted?
Yeah.
It's like, I let them see my guard down. It's better off that I'm like untouchable. But then I
think this is a problem we build into ourselves, and also the problem that people give to us, because I think when people are like, you're so beautiful, you shouldn't have these problems.
You shouldn't be going with, you should go with someone like this or like that. And you're like, I'm just trying to live my life and like find a connection.
And then it becomes embarrassing when stuff doesn't work out,
Babe.
because then you're like, but
everyone tells me I'm beautiful.
Yeah, but
everyone tells me that I should they go like this. He treated you like that. Oh my God, why are you letting that guy touch you? And you go, oh
I
God.
hate when people do that. It's
actually so it hurts.
I hate when people do that. I think it's so disrespectful to both parties, because it's like, let me like who I like.
Babe, even then it's kind of like, sorry, but are you trying to say that I should be superficial? Because I also feel like I hate the idea that people would be superficial to us.
100%.
And at the same time, I'm like, I also think that for women, we do go for people with like personality over looks. Like I can grow to like someone's looks. I want someone that I hope 100% with love and respect.
And people always say to me, "Oh, you're just joking." Da, 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 da. I'm like, no, I'm not.
No,
like
babe.
I'm like, the way that like I have liked some guys. People are like, oh, what are you crazy?
Babe, don't
get
me fucking, babe. If people knew the guys that you and I had a
we'll
crush
put
on,
pictures
a touch,
here,
babe.
Here we've liked him.
If you
we've liked
knew,
him,
babe, him, and I'm going like this. Oh my God, you should be so fucking lucky. But even the fact that like, if you knew, like, people would be like, wow, these are the most humble, beautiful, lovely girls. But it's almost like the problem is some of these guys, this is what's also fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these guys will treat you like shit because they already have this idea that you're like this
100%
horrible, popular girl from high school that they hated or something. It's like, I'm actually like a really nice, anxious person in real life.
But also I find that I'm so anxious. I'm so awkward. I'm so uncomfortable. I don't flirt. Like I don't.
But
and I think people
who does. I'm like, this is a maybe first like thing, but once if I really like someone, I'm like, I don't know, I want to bring my guard down and like show you who I really am. I was like, I'm not trying to like trick you.
Yes.
This isn't an American Pie movie.
One of my good friends, I always complain about a guy. And because it'll never go well. It's obviously never gone well.
This is you. And this is me, probably for good reason if we knew who these fucking losers were. But then you couldn't lock down this. But then idiots. Idiots.
But then what happens is I'll like see a guy, have a fling or whatever, and then it won't go well.
Something happens.
So XYZ, and then I'll say to my friend, and I'll be like, well, he had no lips, or
yeah, babe,
he wasn't,
babe, don't
or
worry.
he wasn't expedited. And
me
then
like this, the tiniest dick I've ever seen in my life.
And then he's like, you always go for their looks. I'm like, I have no power.
babe. Yeah.
What else is there to go for?
It's also a bit like
I
how
did.
humiliating is it that everyone tells you you're this beautiful woman, and then all of a sudden you're like, this guy that everyone's like, he is way out of your league, doesn't even want me.
Yeah, exactly. And
It feels humiliating.
And I think it's also like I don't want to be superficial, and I don't think that we're like. But I just think it's like when someone hurts you,
Babe, how the fuck can you not go for like?
But
babe,
what
you
else
go
is there to be?
low.
Like I'm sad. I'm like, and what
allowed
else is there to do?
Also, I'm sorry. Like, I think that you're allowed to do that because clearly the reason why they fumble, like the psychology of it for me, I think is like they fumble because they don't think they're good enough, and it's a little bit this. You're not good enough. But like if you were, you would come to the table.
I think like when I look at like the past flings I've had, I think most of it is this. I think their perception of me it was burst. Like
Babe, I think so too.
I think it's just not like I'm not that. I think if someone sees like a still picture of me, they're like, oh, maybe she cooks.
Yeah, babe, it's maybe she cooks and you go, I can if you want, but like
I'm
can't. Busy, babe.
Absolutely not. And sometimes I'm on stage and I'm like, damn, I should have done a cooking lesson.
Babe, don't be silly. I'm a bit like, I laugh because you saying that makes me laugh because I will never forget like this. And I feel sick because it was a comedian. It's like, go to the orthodontist. But it's like, so mean. But like the way this guy treated me. Went around telling everyone that he hooked up with me like I was some trophy. And then it was like, but then treated me like so disrespectfully that I was a bit like, I felt I'm trying to like unlearn this like this behavior. I'm almost like, oh well, he's telling people he must be excited, but it was like, why do I feel like you're like trying to be possessive of me and I'm like a trophy and going around bragging about hooking up with me, and then why do I feel like shit? Why are you like now like sort of dropping me like after you see me do this really sexy performance? Like it's like really weird.
Because I think that feeling when you feel like a commodity is the most disgusting feeling.
It's horrible.
Because it's like, oh, you wanted me physically, but you didn't want me emotionally.
Yeah, or even when I
care.
showed you the emotion, this is what makes me really sad. And, like,
exactly.
I'll try not to cry.
Yeah.
But I feel like I have this like monologue in my head that like, I think I'll put in my next show. It's like this whole idea of like, I wish I was cold. I wish I was a really cold, hard person. But I'm like not. Like I'm actually really like soft and sensitive.
Yeah.
And I think you're the same.
I'm going to cry.
But like it's this whole idea of like, I think that these men have this idea that we're like these fucking like on stage, like fuck you. Like, and I am like that on stage, but I have so many like strings to my bow, and like same with you. And I think it's
you're
like
just a girl. We're just girls wanting to be loved.
Yeah.
And I think that people like don't allow us that flexibility and that like, and
almost like I feel like this is humiliating thing of like being a feminist and being like, I want to be loved by a man. It's like, oh my God, how dare you?
Yeah.
And like almost like this self-talk, like this promotion of like self-talk and independence of like, don't let anyone, like don't settle for a man and don't do this and be on your own. And it's like, okay, and they're so hyper independent.
Yeah.
That then that also feels like that's contradictory too, because it's also like, oh, but I can't ever find love. Like I can never find connection. It's like sad.
Yeah, it's because it's you have to go through the trenches to be able to find these people, you know.
Well, it's like and I don't know if like
and it does make
easy
it
to find.
No,
it was almost like I give up. I was like, I don't do dating apps. I can't be bothered. I don't have the energy, babe. What's worse? We date a comedian who hates us because we're funnier than them, or we date a guy who hates us because they think they should be a comedian.
Yeah.
It's like,
but also like
which is most
finding
men,
a guy who is okay with the job is very hard,
babe. Absolutely,
because I
don't think many of them get it.
Yeah, so we're going on stage, men are looking at us.
Babe, me even doing dancing, like go-go dancing stuff. Oh my God, I've just had friends that have gone through me working like as a showgirl and stuff. Oh my God, some of my friends and their boyfriends, I was like, and that's why I'm lucky I'm single during this, because the text messages they would get, it's giving Jonah Hill with the surfer girlfriend.
Really?
I have to take a Valium because you're dancing like in front of all these men. It's like, I come home to you every night. Like this is what's happened to my friends in the past. It's so sad. And that's just with comedy. And that's like, but I'm talking like, even with comedy, they can't even handle it. With
comedy? No, because it's like, also it's like the second you get more opportunities or whatever, then it's like, oh, but you got that because you're a woman.
Babe, literally.
You got that because somebody wants to fuck you.
Babe, literally, I'm going, well, get them to try.
Yeah.
See what fucking happens.
It's really,
It's
really
fucked.
hard to find somebody who you feel like actually like cares. Because
Yeah.
I think most of the situations I've been in, especially when it's become with like posts like me, like really focusing on my career, almost everything has been something where like, okay, this is a conquest, or this was like,
Isn't it so sad?
Yeah.
I feel like that's been me lately. It's like I'm a conquest because my show's going well, or I'm like I don't know, they think I'm this. I guess maybe it's because I put myself on that pedestal. Like, I'm the
Yeah.
hottest Australia's first attractive comedian, and like, but it's like, it's a joke, and like, I'm not really like that in real life. But to be made to feel like a trophy, it's like one of the most humiliating things. You'd think that it would feel good. Like, I think that's what people perceive it as, but it's like, it's humiliating when you get tossed to the side as
but
well.
also it's because it's like feeling like an item. It's you're feeling
an
like a
item.
thing, and I just think that people don't. Like I went on this comedian. He asked me on a date like multiple times.
Yeah.
and I used to really like him, but then he didn't like me.
Right.
And then I moved here, and then he like tried, and then whatever. Long story short, he asked me on a date again, and I was like, oh fuck it, might as
Yeah.
well. And then I'm on the date, and then I'm like, oh, you don't like me.
Babe,
I said to him,
don't.
I'm like, you don't like me.
Good on you.
And he's like, what do you mean? Like, he's like, yeah, I'm like, you've never
you
liked
can
me.
feel it, babe, when they
Yeah.
don't like you, because they'll fucking make it known.
Like, you don't care about what I have to say.
They
You
don't
don't
ask you any questions.
that you're talking about yourself. You don't care about. You don't think I'm funny. This is another thing. I'm like, you don't think I'm funny,
Babe,
But
if anything, they know that you're funny.
I
but
know,
they can't even fucking accept it, because
I
that
disagree.
would put everything against
I
what
think
they-
there's just so many people. There's very few guys where I feel so. I'm like, oh, this guy. I'm like, oh, he gets me. He gets my
Totally.
humor. He sees everything. And
Yeah.
most other guys, I'm like, you don't.
Yeah,
you don't get
exactly.
it. You don't
The
get
guys
me.
that I feel like most of the guys that try to fuck us probably don't get what we do, because they don't even listening, which is why I made that whole bit of my show where I'm like, are you guys listening to me?
It's so good.
Because it's just like, it's that whole idea of like, so I can't even do this as a job because you won't even listen to me, because the whole time you're thinking whether you could fuck me or not.
Yeah.
That goes for the crowd as well. But it's like this whole
Yeah.
idea of like, and then when I show you my soft side and I'm like, hey, I really have a crush on you, whatever, you'll do anything in your power to like, what? Make me like beat a guy at like a comedy competition thing. And he like was so rude to me after, because I beat him. I was like, I thought that this guy really liked me. I really liked him. He pursued me. And then he treated me so horribly after I went home and cried. I was so like
Yeah, I hate
humiliated,
that.
because I was like, oh, this has got nothing to like, they hate to see
They hate
women in the scene doing better than them.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's kind of like, why'd you invite me on this date if you don't like me, if you don't
Yeah.
want me to be here?
It's like, but I feel like it's like the idea. This is where I feel like I
Babe,
hate
the idea of us as well.
The
It's
idea people are
sad.
like, oh, I can be with Elouise, and like we'd
Oh,
be
yeah, I could
such
be
a
with
power
Katie.
couple. We'd be
But
such a
babe, if
power
that's what
couple.
they really think, then why don't they fucking give it a go? Because
Yeah.
that's what pisses me off. Because if they really thought that, but I don't think they can handle the fact that they wouldn't be the star. Because unfortunately, we're fucking good at what we do. As I sound like my persona, we're fucking good at what we do, and it's true. We're fucking hot, and like all of these factors, we're pretty powerful, babe. So if they don't feel confident and they don't like themselves, which unfortunately majority of these men don't,
Yeah.
whether they're in comedy or not, that it's what I think is so funny is it's like they would never be the star, or they're not secure enough to think that they're an equal with us. I
Yeah.
would always support another. If I was with another
Oh, for
comedian,
sure. Sometimes
I'd be posting, I'd be going to the shows, I would be the biggest cheerleader. But unless they can be that for us, babe,
100%.
Babe.
Because when I was seeing a comedian,
yeah.
I supported him. I'd listen to his tapes.
Babe.
And I love that. I love this idea of like maybe one day we can go on tour together.
Babe, and wouldn't that be so? And you see it happening with like people like Natasha Leggeri and Moshe Kasher. Like,
Yeah,
you see it with
exactly.
like, there's a few, you see like it does that it happens. So then there's a part of me trying to not shame spiral about like maybe giving these guys a chance. But then it's kind of like, babe.
But also, like, it's that feeling of like, okay, yeah, do people want to fuck us? Yeah, they want to fuck us. But do people want to like actually be with us?
babe, but that's what makes me sad. I was like, so you have this idea of me. I was like, and you too, of like, I get to like, it's like very like patriarchal, so misogynistic of like, I got to say that I fucked Katie Green or
I
Elouise
think
Eftos. And then it's like, but then when I try to show you my soft side and I'm like, hey, I want to talk about how I feel or whatever. If you can't match me there, it's kind of like, how fucking like degrading
Yeah.
and humiliating is that?
But also, it stops me from like when I went on a
Babe.
date, I was like, oh, I can't hook up with him because then he's gonna be able to say that.
Babe, That's exactly
And
why
I
I feel sick though, babe.
And then I'm like, okay, where's the balance of like me feeling empowered and also
Babe,
me like
me being a sexually empowered woman in this day and age, which is also everyone's like, hook up with whoever you want. It's like, but these guys literally can
they
go
use
around
it to
and
manipulate and like have like
babe,
because
that's why
that's how
it's a scam.
that's how they get power over you. I hate
Yeah.
it. When I was in college,
Yeah.
I was celibate. So I was celibate for 3 years of college, and I used to like always flirt with basketball players.
Love.
Always flirt with
Babe, worth it.
athletes, and I'd always like there's just a whole bunch of guys, not a whole
Yeah.
bunch, but like maybe a few.
Yeah.
Where we'd flirt, text, whatever, we'd hang out,
Yeah.
and then they obviously thought we were gonna do something, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, I'm going home,
Babe,
and
I was
they'd
the
be
same
like,
as you, babe. I was called Elouise the Tease in high school because I would always flirt, but I would never.
wait, that was so maybe
Babe,
like
I lost my virginity to my first boyfriend. I was always like, sorry, like I'm.
yeah, people thought I was such a tease, and I'm like, I'm not gonna give him the
Babe,
power.
totally, babe, because
what?
sorry, but like they know that's what we've been, and then, babe, that's why this whole sexual liberation for women, it's like, yeah, it's all great in hindsight, but it's the way that men use it against us. It's like, well, then how can it truly be liberating?
It's not. It does not feel liberating because it still feels like that's the one thing that they have on us. Like,
and I hate because that's our own internalized misogyny from growing up in the patriarchy, and I'm trying to unlearn it, but I'm like, why do I feel like I can't because of the way these guys treat us?
I don't know how to unlearn it because it's like even I don't think I can be in a position where I can be like, that was fun for me too.
Well, because even then I go, even if I did have fun, why am I after going, oh my God, he's going to go around. Because it's happened, babe. They've gone around telling everyone, and then what, they on purpose bring another girl to like a comedy and a festival party and hook up with them in front of you after they dump you. Like, babe, these guys are like twisted.
Yeah, they're
And
twisted.
it's like, and they'll use you as like collateral in like their breakup or whatever the fuck they're going through.
And then also then you're well, yeah, I fucked her, whatever.
Yeah, and then I'm getting people telling me that they go around and that's like the first thing they'll say as like an introduction, like I've hooked up with, like you become like this, I don't know, like like you're a conquest.
You're a conquest for sure.
And you're like a brag of like, I got with this, and it's kind of like a bit, how humiliating.
Yeah.
And I almost want to go up to these guys and go, are you fucking, what are you, 12 years old?
Yeah.
What are you fucking talking about?
It's so disrespectful.
I would never go around telling everyone like in that way unless I was like maybe seeing the person I liked them going, yeah, I'm seeing this person.
Yeah,
and
because then we'd be like, oh, I'm seeing them. But were they I think it's the vocabulary as well. Like, oh, I fucked so-and-so.
Yeah.
Oh, I
hooked
I
it's
hooked
like a
up
bit
with
like-
so-and-so.
yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean?
Who
Like,
knows what they're saying about us and our bodies or whatever. It's kind of like you can be liberated and you can like feel in control. And I feel like I said, like I know physically I can feel like good in the moment. And then it's like after the way that they treat you.
Yeah.
Babe, even some of these guys, like this guy's shaming me for not having condoms. Like I'm some single whore. Like, you can't even say that these days, sex worker. But like even this idea of like, well, you're sick, like you should have like,
yeah,
why-
like,
and it's almost a
sorry,
bit-
I work.
babe, almost like this going, what if I had only extra large and then you kill yourself and then what do I do? But it's like, it's like sexual liberation for women is like great, but at the same time it's kind of like until men respect women, can you fully be liberated by casually having sex with these men? Because I also think that I have had experiences where with one guy it was like we've got only a week to see each other.
Yeah.
Hotel room for one night, hooked up, like went to the movies one night, but it was like full on like bam, like we're gonna do, and then it was like we had to part our separate ways, but it was like thank you so much, amazing sex, amazing time. But that is such an isolated
so
incident
rare.
because that is so rare because I actually think that he respects women and he respected me.
And I also think that when that happens, I hold on to it because I had that on holiday.
Yeah.
I met this guy after a show.
Yeah.
And he was talking to
Babe,
me.
same thing. I met a guy there after the show too.
And I was like, because usually after a show, I'm like, oh,
Babe.
I'm not thinking about boys. I'm not thinking about
No.
anything. So even if a guy's talking to me, I'm like, there's
You
no
know,
way
and
he
babe,
likes
we
me.
know what it's like because most men are intimidated probably by the fact that we even do comedy. So it's like we're not expecting them
Exactly.
to-
And so I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
you've just watched me for 30 minutes. There's no way that you're like.
Totally.
And so
babe.
he's talking to me. He's asking me these questions, and I'm like, oh, I'm not thinking nothing. And at the end,
Totally.
he asked me out,
Babe.
And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I was so
No, babe, I was the same.
taken aback. And then like when like the way it happened, I'm like, this is so cool. Like
Yeah,
this
it's
guy,
nice.
he's not intimidated by what I do.
No.
And it was a holiday thing, but
Same
after
with
I
mine,
was like,
but
oh my
back in
God,
my hometown,
I
but
missed
yeah.
that. I'm like, oh, that guy was perfect. And who knows what it would have been like. But I think it's the leaving it didn't feel icky. And I
No.
feel like a lot of the times when it comes with like comedy, I'm like, ew, like
It feels icky because I think that like
I feel disrespected.
unfortunately disrespected, and I also think unfortunately it's like this thing of like I think in the scene it becomes like this school camp like bullshit, and everyone's talking and everyone sort of discusses who's with who and stuff,
Yeah.
and then you sort of hear about the one guy hooking up with this 50 different people every night, and you're like, what the fuck?
This happened to me as well. Like this guy asked me out and I was like, oh, whatever. I never go out. I'll go out with him.
Yeah.
And then my friend, I told my friend, and then she's like, oh my God, he did the exact same thing with me
Babe.
2 weeks before. And I was like,
Who do
ew.
these fucking guys think
This
they
guy
are? It's
he,
so
using
funny.
the same lines,
Babe.
using the same. I've
You think
always,
we'd-
I've
babe.
always wanted to get with you. She's like, she said that to me.
This is me. You think we don't fucking talk?
Yeah.
Babe, the funniest thing for me is like I don't think men understand. Like we all know every detail about you.
I
I know which way your dicks swing. All of you. I know every detail. We know what you sound like. We know what you say to girls in bed. We know everything.
Everything.
And
We
it's
know
not-
everything.
We know everything. And at the same time, it's kind of like it's very girl code, and I'm glad that like you could talk to this friend. But it's also
Oh.
it doesn't feel empowering to be like this same guy's like running around, and then also you're trying to be like I don't care.
But also my poor friend to like have me here to have me
Babe.
saying that, and I didn't know. But also like again, it's amazing to be in a place where like we can be like, oh, you f that guy.
Babe.
But there's so many times where you're talking to a girl and I remember one time I was
Yeah.
away for the summer.
Yeah.
I was studying at Cambridge,
Wow, babe. Okay.
and
Yes.
I was texting a basketball player the
Yes.
whole summer. He was like, I can't wait for you to be back. Da 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 da.
Wow.
It was so whatever. I come back and I see him with the cheerleader.
Oh.
And I go to her and I was like, hey, just so you know, like him and I have been like texting the whole summer, and he's been
Babe.
like really like whatever. And she's like, you're lying. And I'm like,
Babe.
no, I'm not. She's
Babe,
like,
I'm
yeah,
trying to help you
you're-
out, my love. I'm not trying to fucking steal him from you.
Exactly. And I'm like, no, what is this? There's also that like internalized misogyny of just being
Yeah.
like, oh, like, no, that girl's probably
No.
lying. She just wants to ruin what I have with this guy.
It's
And
like, babe, they're whatever they can do to like pull the wool over your eyes. It's like I'm here to, babe, the amount of men that are in relationships that have hit on me, and I'm like, I could ruin their whole lives.
yeah.
I could ruin your whole fucking life. And I think that's what makes me sad too, talking back quickly about the perception of us. I think men think I'm like some dominatrix fucking like the other woman bullshit because you can see my nipples on stage. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yes. Or like even like the fact that like even like talking about sex on stage, I think they're like, oh, she's a whore.
Babe, I've literally been so scared to talk about sex on stage, and not because I think because it's a little bit good Greek girl of me, but I'm like, oh my God, what would my family say? Da, da, da. But then there's also a part of me that's like, unfortunately, like, yeah, it's like,
But also-
that weird sort of double standard of like, if it was a man, they get away with it. It's like,
Exactly.
silly nerdy guy talking about it, girl talking about it. Who the like, oh, she must get around. It's kind of like, I don't know. I wish that things had progressed in a way that like we were empowered enough that it
Yeah.
wouldn't matter. But unfortunately, I don't think it can yet, because I don't think
No.
men can have come to the table of actually respecting women.
I also think that sometimes on stage, I'll talk about these things. I'm like, yeah, on stage is another story. Like,
Yeah.
I can do a joke about sex, but I'm like, I might be insecure, or I might like it when
Yeah, babe.
each person is
Also,
different.
everybody is so like, we are multifaceted people. We have
Yes.
layers to it, and not just because we're women. I'm like, men surely have that. Like, I can't get over the fact that like people can't get over even. I mean, I say it's a persona and like all of stuff. Even when I do on stage, it's like people can't even separate that. Like, I'm normal off stage. It's like, what do you mean? Like, how stupid can you be? Every comedian you see is playing a persona.
Yeah.
You think every comedian you see on stage is like that in real life?
Yeah.
Most of them are fucking depressed.
Most of them are depressed.
And it's kind of like this weird thing of like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, oh, we're going to pretend that like you're like that in your real life just because you say it on stage as a joke. It's like, how stupid are these fucking people?
Yeah.
And I like, I don't know. I want to be more comfortable and talk about like sex and relationship stuff on stage, because I also think that I admire women that do. And
Yeah.
I see it and I go, wow, like you're fully empowered, or like you have no shame and stuff. But then people probably see what I do and they go, wow, she must be. I think it's really funny. I had like a comedian friend of mine. He's so silly, but he goes, of course, like all the like these men like hit on you in relationships because you're like the naughty girl, like you're like the bad, like you're like a bad girl, like you're in a bikini on your poster, and it's like this kind of, yeah, I sometimes feel like I'm being like punished because of what I do on stage.
It's like the downfall of the empowerment. There is no true empowerment because you can't have both.
You
both
can't
at the
win.
same time.
You know, when everyone's like, women can have everything, I'm like, I wish that was true. I wish that like women could do everything.
Yeah.
But I think that is a lie that someone
we could
told
have everything
us.
if it's in the if it's in that box.
Maybe you can have everything if you're like maybe like rich and have like a stay at home, I don't know, stay at home husband. Even then I'm like, something's got to give, and I don't know if I fully believe that we can have everything.
I don't think we can have everything with like voicing our opinions.
No,
I don't
totally.
think many men are confident enough with themselves to be able to be like, yeah, that girl talking about us right now,
Babe.
love her.
Well, and the thing is though, I want to believe that there is.
Of course I do.
want to believe it,
but there has to be. There has to be. Otherwise,
and there's a part of me that's like, I guess, do we just stay celibate until we find that? Because then there's a part of me
Yeah.
that's like, but is that truly empowering? Like, you should just, if you want to have sex with someone, just go for it. But
Well,
then I
that's
go,
the thing, 'cause
but
I'm
then why
like-
do I feel shameful if I do and they treat me like shit?
exactly, because I'm like, oh my god, I'm 32. I need to be. I need to live my life.
Babe, that's exactly how I'm
then I'm
33,
like-
babe, same thing.
But then I'm like, oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that feeling.
Feeling.
I want to find someone
babe.
who I can have a connection with, and
Like even me, like this month, like I was like, I'm in London and like things are going so well career wise. And obviously we've been discussing all this stuff because I want to move over here. It's so exciting. And then there's a part of me that's still in the back of my head is like, why haven't you gone on a date? And why haven't you done
Yep.
this? And like, why haven't you been on, maybe you should have gone on the apps and maybe you should have messaged that guy. Maybe you should have done this. And it's kind of like, you're not truly living your life. And it's like, are you going to have fun? And then you have people like almost being like, when's the last time you had a big kiss or whatever? And you're like,
oh yeah,
there's always someone in a fucking relationship. And you're like,
It's
thanks a lot,
always
babe.
that.
And I'm kind of going,
who do you like? So who you're dating now?
who's your crush?
I
Like,
haven't dated anyone in. I'll let you
babe,
know.
I'll let you know, and also maybe I won't let you know because why would I let someone know with the track record that like women have? Why would I
yeah.
let anyone know? At the same time, it's like I'm humiliated if I tell people.
Yeah.
It's like I want to believe we can have it all, but then I also am like, I've seen people that like, yeah, they took time off to have a kid. That's another horror story though. Like you hook up with someone who like you get with someone and you're like, we want to have kids together. They change when you have the kid,
Yeah.
babe.
Yeah,
It's like
it's a really scary terrain.
I feel
here.
like I hope this has not been too depressing, this chat. But I think it's
No, but I think
important
it's
things to talk
hard.
about.
And I think it's also hard because I think it's like sometimes people are like, you guys, you should be like you should
be
be
hooking
dating
up with a different guy every night. It's
Yeah,
kind of like
you can do whatever you want. You can be with whoever you want, and it's like no, like I want to be with somebody who understands all of
Yeah.
it, and to actually
that
have
actually
somebody.
has respect for us.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what's also sad is like people like you can get with whoever you want. You're in control. And I'm like, I like to believe that, but then it's so sad because there are times when like what I've noticed lately from my experiences with men, which unfortunately have mostly been comedians because I've like opened myself up to that because I was like, I don't know where else I'm going to meet people. I'd rather meet people
yeah,
in real life
who
than on
get
an
what
app.
you're doing 100%.
Because I've also been so busy and I'm like, you meet someone on an app, like sometimes you know within 2 seconds you're like, I would never talk to this person.
That's the worst part
That's the
about
worst part
about
the apps.
dating.
And then I do feel like my experiences with a lot of these men have been like I show them who I really am and they almost like take it as weakness and they like villainize it or they like turn it on me.
Yeah.
Or they'll like say something because they're waiting for you to tear them down or like
Or they're like, oh, I have something on her now.
yeah, like that or like and I almost there's times when I'm like, am I just being dramatic? Is this maybe just all in my head? But why do I always feel like they try to make me feel small or make me feel like a trophy or
Yeah.
I'm sure you felt the same way too. It's kind of like how I don't know if I really want to let any of that energy in.
Yeah.
I want to be flirty and have fun and it's kind of like but then when you let it in and then when they say something that's like a little bit makes you feel like you're just an option or like I don't really give a fuck about you, it really hurts.
But I also feel like
because I don't let my
that's the-
guard down often, babe. I don't let
Yeah.
it down often. I think you're the same. We're
I
very
don't-
protective.
Yeah.
Because I think like why wouldn't we be?
Yeah. But I think it's that power. I mean, for me, I'm always thinking about power. And
Yeah.
and I think it's also like because I think it's when you want to be an empowered woman, you're thinking about like, you have this feeling of like, yeah, I'm doing fantastic in
Yeah.
a male dominated field. That's
Yeah.
so cool. And I think when you have that interaction with a man and they're making you feel like shit, you're like, oh no, he's taking the power, but I
Yeah.
need to have the power.
Yeah. And I
And-
also think that they take they'll do whatever they can to, I guess, make themselves feel better about the fact that they feel intimidated by the fact that we're better at them at what we do. Which also doesn't have to be the case. We're not in the same fucking category, babe. Yeah. No one's in competition with each other.
100%. I think that's the hardest thing with comedy, is realizing that.
Is that it happens with women against women, men against women. I'm like, we're not in the same fucking realm, babe. I would never even, I don't see myself in competition with male comedians. It's like, I make fun of them because I think it's funny to make fun of the industry and how it is male dominated. But if you can't laugh at that joke and be like, oh my God, that's really funny, and I should clock myself or whatever, then like I don't want anything to fucking do with you. Yeah. You know, it's even like a guy's coming to see your shows. It's like, come to my show and be fucking nice about it. Don't give me fucking notes at the end. That happens as well. Yeah. Give me notes at the end, or like they're so insecure about seeing you crush it that they say like some sort of like backhanded compliment. It's like, don't come.
Yeah, don't come.
Just like, and I think a lot of them don't because they'll probably kill themselves. If
that's the worst. I want to have a guy like send me like send me like other comedians and be like, oh, this girl reminds me of you. I'm like, what are you
trying to do?
Like, you want me to watch someone's 30-minute set? Like, babe, I'm busy.
I'm busy. And it's also like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, what do you like just because she's a woman? Like, babe, you're like,
literally.
Oh, it's so weird. Okay. So what do you think are some green flag? What's a green flag that we should be looking for?
I feel like it has to be a good question, babe.
And what's a red flag?
I think like green flags for like what we should be looking for are like men that try, firstly, like they actually put in effort, but like not in like the way of like just trying to get you home, but like, let's go get a drink. I want to get to know you.
Yes.
Like, I think that's a bit, effort
is so important.
It's sexy.
Yeah.
Effort being like, I want to plan like, I'd love to like actually chat to you.
Not like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to meet? I hate all that
I hate that. Also, like, I know that like casual sex can just be like a guy coming over, but it's a little bit like, if you're not in the environment of like Edinburgh and you're like out and about and then you go home, it's kind of like, I don't know, like ask to go out for like a drink or like dinner, or be like, let's meet out, and then like, I don't know, it feels
make it fun.
Make it fun.
I don't like when people make like, oh, the last guy I was seeing, he used to always it'd be like so like it would be so planned. Everything was like, oh, I'm coming over, and that would be it. And then
what the fuck?
It would like there was no spontaneity. There was no like fun with it. I'm like,
babe, even this guy, like he was like gonna come over, and like it was like sort of like this, I'm gonna give you a massage or whatever, and then he's like, I was like, hey, so like where are you gonna stay? I have to fly out early to go to Italy in the morning. Don't worry about me having another appointment at 10. I'm like, why are you making me feel like I'm like, and maybe it's a joke, whatever, but I was like, now I don't feel good. I feel like you're like trying to make me feel like
belittled, like, and like, oh, like you're not that important. Like oh, you're just one of.
Make me feel good. Like, why would I want to hook up with someone? Why would I want to fuck someone that doesn't make me feel good? Just in the talking part.
Yeah.
I also think that like, I know that like it sounds like I'm like a man when it comes to like physically with sex, but like I can easily.
Yeah.
I can easily orgasm, whatever. But for me, it's like, it's actually I want to feel
the connection. Because it makes it better. It just makes the whole thing fun.
I don't think I'm going to marry you, okay? It's just like,
I know. I think that's another thing with guys as well. I think that they're like, oh, you're going to be in love with me. You're going to be in love with me. Babe, you're going to be in love with me.
I know you're in love with us, and that's why you're acting like that.
Yeah.
It's almost like this fear of like, what if I fell? It's like, fuck off. Like, are you joking? I was like, you'd be so fucking lucky. I think like another green flag is like, I don't know, like someone who is interested in what we do, but it has to be in a certain way.
In a certain way that's not like I can do that. In a certain way that's like I respect and I see you.
I
think what you do is really great.
Yeah. And they admire it, and they're not looking at it as like they don't criticize it, or like they're there to support, not like sort of judge and like stroke their chin and go, oh, I don't know, like that joke or whatever. It's like they've always got something. If they got something to fucking say, it's like, if I want notes and I want your thoughts like that, I'll fucking ask.
Yeah.
Because I think that is also such a red flag. I think it'd just be a green flag to be like, I want to hear about your thoughts on this, or like, I loved that part of your show. Like, oh my God, how did you even come up with that? Like, I want someone who's excited about what I do.
Also, another thing in regards to that, and I think it's like, I know it's a big talking point because we are comedians, but like, I don't have to talk about comedy. If
I can talk about so many different topics. I know that you're the same.
And I think that like a lot of people think that they, it's because it's interesting and whatever, but like, I don't actually want to talk about like
No,
my
babe.
work with a lot. There's like 5 people that I really want to talk to
Babe,
about my
same,
work too.
Because if they don't get it, then why
If
the
they
fuck
don't
am
get it, then I
talking
don't want to.
about?
Some people are like, oh, what comedians do you like to watch? And I'm like, oh, you want to talk about comedy because you think that's what I'm interested in, but like,
Yeah.
it's also my work.
It's like, it's also my work. It's also like, I have so many other things that we could talk about. Like
100%.
that it's kind of like, what if that's, it's like this base level, like that's all I see you as, and that's all I can talk to you about. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like let's make the spectrum a bit wider.
Yeah, like I
Let's,
don't have to talk to you about your job. You don't have to talk about mine,
Exactly.
unless it's something that you're like really, really interested in.
Totally.
But like, don't have to be like some like, oh, like I'll talk to about her to her about Dave
Totally.
Chappelle. Like,
Because I also think that, like, unfortunately, that is a red flag. Because I think there's some men who aren't comedians. They think that that's all they can like talk to us
Yeah.
about, and almost try to prove that they know what comedy is. And like, I know good comedians. It's kind of like, babe, this is my job.
Yeah.
This is our work.
This
It's
is
like,
our work.
I don't need you to prove to me. I know more about this than you do. So
100%.
don't worry. Like, if I tried to talk to you about marketing, you'd probably go, actually, I'm pretty good at marketing.
yeah,
But you know what I mean? It's
I know
like,
exactly what you mean.
I'm trying to think of like other. I guess I haven't been on a proper date in a hot minute because I've been so busy. But it's like, just the whole like, I don't know, like asking questions. Like, I can't believe how many men don't ask fucking questions.
Yeah.
Asking questions, showing interest, which is just under the same umbrella of like effort. But also, I guess like I don't know, like I think I'm trying to think of like other green flags. Like, babe, it's hard. I guess even just this wanting to make you feel safe and, and trust. I feel like that's another thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
Babe, I can make anyone feel safe. I make a stranger in the tube feel safe to
Yeah.
talk to me. I don't know why men struggle to do that.
100%. The feeling of like you can settle into like, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
This is healthy. This is fine.
Yeah.
This is yeah.
Like a little bit of like, I don't know, because I also think that like everyone's like, some men are like, you can't even ask anything these days, or like blah, blah, like you have to be so careful, like
Oh,
me too,
yeah.
post me too, consent, all of this. It's like, I guess that even comes into stuff with the bedroom. It's like, I don't know, like a little bit of initiative of like, yeah, I wear protection. I'm excited to do that for you. Like I don't.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when a man's like, I've got my own. Like it's not like why am I asking?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I hate
What
that.
do you like? What do you not like? Like, it's just, not everything has to be like spelt out. We have to, but I don't know. I just think that like that is another green flag of
Yeah.
like, what do you like? What can I do for you?
I think it's also just showing interest. I think it's like,
Yeah.
it's like a green flag is when like you can feel that someone sees you for you.
Yeah.
And I think it's like,
Well, they want to get to know you.
Yeah,
And
and
like, that's so exciting. Like, imagine going on a date with someone and like, I really want to know like what your favorite things are.
Exactly.
It's like, instead of like, oh, I saw you like your comedy or like whatever, or like, I don't know,
Yeah.
that's all they can.
Or like, you can totally tell when someone's just asking you out because they think you're attractive.
Yeah.
Which is, I get like that's like baseline dating, but
Thank
like,
you, but like,
next,
I'm
like,
bored.
yeah, I just,
Like, don't you want to get to know, like, babe, I get so excited about asking people questions of like, what's like your, what was like growing up where you grew up, or like, what's your, like I want to know
Yeah.
more about someone. And that doesn't matter whether it's casual or not. I also just can't believe that like this whole idea of like casual, I think men's idea of casual dating is so different to a women's, because, and I think that's why it's a scam thing, because I think we've been doing it the way men want to. It's like this pump and dump bullshit. It's kind of like, why can't I get to know? Like, it's like, we don't have to get married, but it's like a little bit like, make me feel a little bit
have
like
some fun with it.
or like that you want me to be here. That
Yeah.
It's not like and then even then I'm like, I always say to my friends, like, don't give guys the girlfriend experience as well, because you do hear about friends making these guys
I do that all the
breakfast and
time.
shit. Do you know what I mean?
All
babe?
the time.
Which I'm going also.
No,
I don't think
making
it's a
breakfast.
bad thing, but I'm also like, do we have to be more clear about like, what is it that you want? Like, because
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think that's great either.
Yeah, I don't
you're-
like that conversation of like, what is this? Well, like you can have fun, but then also
Totally.
like there is that looming thing of like, okay, yeah, but actually, what is this?
Well, I also feel like that's what's hard too. It's kind of like, I guess what we'll know when we know. That's what everyone says.
I
You'll
know.
when
I
you
don't know. I don't know.
Which I think is most fucking condescending.
It's
shit you
so.
can say
Oh,
to
you'll know
single
when you're like,
people.
no. Well, you know what? You don't
really
even know.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I'm sorry, but like you see the amount of people that are in relationships and you go, I know you're not happy, so don't fucking
Yeah,
blame me.
you don't know.
Babe, everybody just doesn't want to be on their own. That I think that like, I wish it was as simple as back in the day. And then I'm also
Yeah.
like, kind of thank God it's not, because I'd be unhappy in a fucking marriage with kids, and I'd be like not living this amazing life that I'm living, and it might be the same for you, because
Yeah.
we grew up in with these traditional values because of our backgrounds, because
Right.
of our ethnicities, that it's like, yeah, it seems like it was so simple back then, but I also don't think that we'd be happy.
I don't think so. I think it's also really difficult because then I think it becomes sad when you're like, okay, so maybe I won't be fulfilled romantically, but because I'm fulfilled
Career-wise.
with my
But
career.
I also think that, like, God, I really want to believe that.
Oh, of course. I would
wanna
love
believe
to. I think it's just really hard because like there's
It's so hard not to lose hope, babe. It's like I'm trying so hard to not, and then maybe you feel like there's a judgment from other people.
Yeah.
Go have fun, like, yeah, just casual.
there's
Who
the
cares?
judgment of
It's
like, oh, like go do your thing, or I also think there's a judgment from other people of like oh, you should be doing, oh, you just be
Right.
casual or whatever, and it's like
But also
no.
at the same time, it's like it would be great to be casual, like we've said, if men respected women.
Yeah.
It'd be great to be casual and hook up with a different guy every night. I was like, sorry, babe, but like, I don't want to get stealthed again.
Oh, what's stealth? That's
Stealth, they remove the condom without you knowing.
That's so bad.
Babe, I'm like, that's kind of why I'm a bit like
Yeah.
heavy shit. Like, this is like, sorry, trigger warning. But I will never forget like how horrible the aftermath of that was. My period was so late after. Luckily nothing happened, but the
disrespect
spiral,
of your body, and I mean that because that's rape.
That's
right? That's
rape.
rape. Yeah.
it is rape, and it's like I just find it very, yeah, it's like, heaven forbid you like let a guy near your body, then heaven forbid you like tell someone you like have a crush on them. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like these, I don't know, that's obviously a very bad comparison, very different things, but it's also like you feel like an idiot.
Yeah. And I also think that's the worst part about like, with all this stuff is like the pressure that we put on ourselves with like, because it becomes very internalized of like, oh, it's my fault. It's like,
Babe, that's the problem, and I think that's the other thing that I think sexual liberation for women is so important, but it has this like caveat, because it's sort of like, again, why do I feel so much shame after when a
Yeah.
guy does something so stupid like that? And I'm a bit like, why didn't I kick him out straight away? And it's like, because I didn't feel safe and I didn't know what was going to happen. It's kind of a bit like, why? It's all on us. It's
Yeah,
like
why'd I do that?
There's a
Why'd I-
higher
yeah.
risk of whatever we do. There is a higher risk of us being assaulted or like getting pregnant or like all this stuff. And yet we're told like, you should go on the pill and you should do this and you should be casual. You should do that. You should do this. It's kind of like, and what do men get to do? Just show up?
yeah.
And they don't have any consequences.
None.
And guys will be like, well, no, some girls will like trick you. It's kind of like, wear a condom. Get the fuck over it.
Yeah.
I can't with that. I can't with that when men are like, oh, this girl tricked this guy and like she went off the pill. It's like, wear a condom all the time.
Yeah.
Why is that so fucking hard?
I hate that. I
crazy
hate
to me.
that.
I like, it's so, yeah, I want to be like, I don't care and I'm having fun.
Yeah.
But it is so hard to not care and have fun when, yeah, it's like, yeah, there's no respect or like, and I hope that we find guys that we can have this like, but then I don't know, there's just so much more risk. And I don't think these days it's like, there is this pressure.
I
You
mean,
should
maybe
be
I
going
think-
out and women should be asking men out first. I'm like, Bumble, fuck Bumble. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, fuck that
no.
shit. I was like, men just sit around like this. I'm
Yeah,
like, fuck,
no.
fuck you. Like,
I
put some
like
fucking effort in.
I like, don't get me wrong, I love to be in a position where I'm like, hey, like I'll go up to I'm totally fine going up with somebody,
that.
but also it's so much more attractive when a guy comes, because I think now I
Yeah.
feel like men are just so scared.
Well, now
like,
it's gone this other
I didn't know if
circle.
I was supposed to say anything because like da-da-da. I'm like,
Babe, cowards.
I'm like, just
Say
like,
it.
I'm looking at you, you're looking at me.
It's also
Say
like,
something.
do something, but also like you can do it with respect. Like the way these guys like, I didn't know whether I didn't want to be a creep. It's like, you know what a creep is.
Yeah.
You see them, you know.
Yeah.
You have friends that are creeps and like, and yet you let them get away with like being creepy.
Yeah.
You're still friends with them, but like,
It's like body language. Like learn how to fuck. Like learn
like,
how to read it.
Don't lie to me. Like I know that it's so funny. Like that whole idea of like, I didn't know whether you like. It's like.
No, you were
do
scared to
know.
get rejected.
You're scared to get rejected. You're insecure. It's like, and I have that. I'm
too.
someone who I don't always ask people out straight away. But at the same time, it's kind of like, even when I flirt and stuff, like I think everyone's like, oh, like, you know, that guy, I think that guy is like flirting with you and like blah, blah. And you're kind of like, cool, well, he can fucking do something about it.
Yeah.
Why do I have to, babe,
Yeah.
why do I have to do anything about it?
Like,
we have to do enough.
Yeah, like I tell you, when I met this guy and he when he asked me out in front of his other two friends,
Babe.
and I was like, because I wasn't like initially attracted to him at all.
Safety
and
of numbers.
but I was like, wow, this is so attractive that you were so bold enough
Yeah.
to ask me in a very respectful way
Yeah.
in front of your friends. I'm like, oh, he's hot now. Because
Yeah.
before I'm like, no interest.
Babe, that I respect it.
But I'm like, this is a guy who's, I'm like, this is
You're
really
actually trying to make the effort and like you're not trying to shy away.
I
It's
think about it
really-
all the time. I'm like, God, that was so hot.
Yeah, it is.
So
Because
hot.
I think also that's the problem is like we've gone this like full circle moment of like liberation for women is like now we have to fucking do everything.
Yeah.
Why do I have to do everything?
Yeah.
Like if you're really like empowered, like you should be. When everyone's like, you can ask a guy, and I go, why the fuck would I do that?
Yeah, I hate that. Also, this idea of like, okay, be empowered,
And ask
take
the guy-
control.
take control. I go, babe, they don't fucking like that. Because if they did, like maybe I would. Maybe I don't know. I just don't. I don't
No.
believe that they like it.
I've never met. I met some guys who are like, yeah, that'd be nice, but it's also like,
I don't believe them. I actually don't believe them.
no.
No, I don't believe
Loads
it.
of guys give me advice like, yeah, you should do that, and I'm like, never
Guys, like,
worked.
it's really hot when a girl does that. I go, is it?
Yeah, no one's ever been attracted to it,
Babe.
like,
Babe, I'm flirting with a guy, like, so obviously it's like, and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm too much. Oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. It's like, I think that, yeah, it's really fascinating. It's so weird. Yeah, it's like we've gone this like weird way of like, women have to do everything. And also, this is what I also would find fascinating, and I would almost want to make a documentary series about it. Because I think I've heard this thing that like when women have sex, they get attached to men
yes, yeah,
because of the estrogen release or some bullshit, right? If that is true, then how the fuck is casual sex supposed to work? I don't understand.
Yes.
If that is true, I mean, I like to think that I'm not like attached to a man because I like hook up with him. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Are we like lying to ourselves? Are there women that are pretending they're not? Like, I'm so curious. I'd love to know if that's actually true.
yeah. I don't know.
And also, there's a part of me that's like, would it be so bad? But that's almost what society has made us feel. It's like, it's embarrassing to say how you feel. It's embarrassing to actually care.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing to be vulnerable. It's embarrassing. It's cringe to like actually be like, hey, I really enjoyed this and I'd like to. But yet everyone's like, I'm lonely and like male loneliness epidemic and like, I want connection. It's kind of like, so wait, hold on. So like, what are we supposed to do?
Also, like how they view you as well, because it's like sometimes I'll be in a situation where I'm like, I want to be empowered, and like this is what I want right now.
Yeah.
But then it's like I'll do it, and I'm like, oh great, he just views me as
Yeah.
he doesn't view me as a prospect now because he already got what he wanted.
Exactly. Isn't
So-
it? And that's some unfortunate like
But that's the
patriarchal,
reality.
like, you know, thing that we
Exactly.
But society was built on these ideas. If they completely were lost, sure, but it's like I'd love to see it in practice. I would love to see a man, because I know friends of mine who you'd think that these guys, they're like dating these guys and you think they're pretty like with it, pretty feminist, pretty with it, but they still there's
Yeah.
cracks, babe. They still have this thing of like, you hooked up with this guy, you hooked up with that guy.
Yeah, you're wearing this, you're wearing that. Don't wear that. Don't look
Babe.
at that guy. Yeah.
I would love to think, and there's a part of me that's like, do we have to date younger men? Are they more with it? That I'm also like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand like why it's so difficult. It's like we've obviously evolved quite a bit in society, but like are men stunted? Like I don't get it. Or have they evolved to like trick us into believing that they aren't what we perceive, and then we give up, babe. Even that language, give up.
The thinking about it, it's just
Like even to say give up, to be like, oh my God, I let this guy touch me. And it's
Yeah.
like, I hate that I speak like that, but that is
yeah.
how they sort of are about it. So then how can I not feel that way?
What are we gonna do?
Babe.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know, babe. It's like, I don't know. Do we like just like try and spread the word of like, I hope that men are listening to this and I hope that they're like making the effort
I
to
mean,
change.
yeah, I think that it'd be great to find someone who's willing to change, who wants to step up to the.
Because babe, I'm doing the work. You're doing the work.
Yeah.
We're trying to do everything. And
Figuring
it's like,
it out. We're figuring out what we want. And I think someone's gonna someone's gonna come. But
I
but
do
also
believe
think,
it. I would love to like believe it a little bit more, but it's like, eh.
Yeah, I think it's I think when you do this, you're like, okay, it's almost like because I don't get asked out a lot. So when I
No, babe, same.
when I get asked out, I'm like, I should do
Babe,
this.
that's why what happened in Edinburgh to me is like everyone's telling me this guy was interested in me, and I was like, okay, and then it was like I'm humiliated because then I'm like, oh wait, should I have not? Because I was excited. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
this
someone's
guy's
asked me
interested in
out. Someone's done something that's quite an attractive thing to go out and be bold and
They're
whatever.
being flirty,
Or someone's
they're like,
flirty. Someone's
yeah.
telling them that they like me, and I have that same thing. I'm like, oh well, he likes me. Then I should like him because he liked me.
Yeah, it's almost like well, be open to it, and then it's almost like you give like what?
I'm like, I didn't
You
even
give them an
like you.
inch. Babe,
Yeah,
I didn't even fucking like you, babe. It's crazy.
I hate that.
I hate it.
Yeah,
It's almost like they use it against you.
yeah.
It's really, babe, the stories that we've shared. We can't say name names, but it's like you feel insane.
Yeah.
You feel crazy.
Well, we're gonna figure this out.
We'll come back to you.
We're gonna come back to you. We'll let you know how it. We'll keep you posted.
We'll keep you posted if we have anything that we can, hopefully share that's positive.
Yeah.
It sounds quite negative, but it's like
It's optimistic.
it's optimistic. I hope that there is. I have hope.
Yeah.
It's
We haven't found it yet, but we're going towards it.
yes.
Yeah.
Love you, darling.
Yeah, I love you. Well, I love this so much.
Babe, I love this so much.
You're the
I love
best.
you. You're the best.
Okay, tell everyone where people can find you.
Hello. So you can find me. So I on my Instagram, my name's Elouise Eftos, but I have my full name on Instagram. So it's Elouise Sophia Eftos. Wow. And my handle is Weezer Squeezer, WEEZASQUEEZA. Silly. And I usually post all my stuff on there.
And new shows coming up, and
Yeah. So in Australia, I'll be having to debut a new show, but in UK, Europe, I'm praying that I get to do a UK Europe tour of Australia's first attractive comedian.
Yes,
So,
and everyone
fingers
has to
crossed.
see it. It's the best show I've ever seen.
Babe, you're
ever.
the best, my love.
I
Oh
love
my
you so
God.
much.
Love you, darling. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for doing this.
Babe was the best. Mwah, love you.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Never Had a Boyfriend. I hope you enjoyed. As always, please leave a 5-star review if you loved it. Subscribe. And if you really, really want to support, I do have a Patreon, and that's an amazing way to help. So thank you so much, and see you next week. Bye-bye.